Welcome back. Commissioner, your office worked pretty hard on House Bill 1792, which deals with uninsured motorists.
Right.
Why did you work so hard? Why does the state need this law?
Well, when you think about uninsured motorists, the folks that are listening to your show, and when the minute you hop in your car and you pull out on the road, 1 in 4 cars coming at you do not have insurance in the state of Oklahoma. It's something that has quietly worked itself through the system that not many people, quite frankly, are talking to. There's the other things that folks are kind of talking about now, rideshare or texting and driving, which are all big issues, but when you put uninsured motorists in that building block of those 3 issues, almost 600,000 Oklahomans do not have insurance in the state of Oklahoma. Insurance is available. It is affordable. The average cost of liability insurance in the state of Oklahoma for state minimum coverage, that's $25.50, is approximately $700 a year, $50 a month. This new bill actually was tailored after a law in Louisiana that we saw, which helped them reduce some of their uninsured motorists. Oklahoma is #1 in the country in this area. It's not a place that we want to be. In every county of Oklahoma, it's an issue. As I've been around the state, whether it's a group of 10 or 1,000, you can almost do the math. 25% are going to raise their hand and say, I've been impacted by uninsured motorists. So what can we do? We now need law enforcement to take this seriously, and we've given them another tool. Working with the sheriff's departments, the Sheriff's Association, is what this new law enables to do is at the point of stop, a law enforcement official has at their discretion, they can either tow the vehicle, they can write them a ticket, or they can pull the tag. And when they pull the tag in this case and they give them a temporary sticker, that car now has state minimum coverage from the time it drives to the next block, and say it hits my family or yours after that, then it has coverage. And the best part about this law is that that temporary insurance plan is not paid by those hardworking folks out there that are carrying insurance and that we're abiding by the law. It's folks that are not doing that are driving on our roads. Driving is a privilege in the state of Oklahoma. So they now have the opportunity to pay for that temporary coverage for up to 10 days. They can still drive their vehicle, but then they need to go pay all their fines and penalties, which are normal and customary, but they can also pay for the temporary insurance, which can be converted to permanent insurance if they like. But again, it's an innovative way and approach, because last year I think the Oklahoma Highway Patrol wrote somewhere close to 25,000 tickets for no insurance, and this gives them an efficient process for those law enforcement officials that wish to participate. They don't have to wait on a tow truck. They can write the ticket, let them have insurance, because in my mind it's the best part of public safety, because it's protecting that next driver rather than giving them a ticket and just letting them go. But it is a significant issue for the state of Oklahoma.
So here's some of the statistics I want to throw out there to you that touch with this and kind of get your thoughts and feedback. 29 counties pulling tags so far, 77 counties, of course, storing those tags. 1,642 tags seized, 742 retrieved, and 275 had insurance out of all of that. Of course, OHP is going to start seizing tags later this month,
right.
So we're really starting to see the impact of this moving forward.
Well, any new law takes a little bit of time for all of us to get our arms around, and the Sheriff's Association and our department has been doing some training of police departments around the state of Oklahoma and trying to get the word out with the new law. And I think that once they kind of figure this out, that it's at their discretion, more folks are going to get on board. But obviously, the leaders in the state of Oklahoma kind of look to the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, and we've had many good meetings with them, and we know that their training is in process, and they're going to be actively working on this with us, because they've even told us that it is a significant issue. But again, they deal with so many things on their radar screen. But again, uninsured motorists, this is a unique way. So when you look at this, I think it's a new law that's in the infancy stages.
Okay.
And we have to, I'm an advocate of over time looking at all laws to see if they work, or if there's a better way to get them, for them to be accomplished.
Sure.
But I think that this will take a little bit of time. All 77 counties are very engaged in working on it. But again, when the OHP starts kind of rolling out theirs, I think the numbers will go up dramatically.
So it's your sense right now that it's early, but this is working. It's trending in the right direction. This is a good opportunity for our state.
Absolutely, because one, it's creating the discussion.
Right.
and the discussion is there amongst police departments, whether they're towing vehicles or sheriff's association. It really doesn't matter, because this is a very, very high cost to the industry. It's high cost to the consumers of Oklahoma that are having to pay for these uninsured losses. So it's something I've been very proud of to be able to champion, but hopefully we can reduce that amount by a significant number in the near future.
I had one other question quickly I wanted to get in. We have about a minute left, but the public adjuster and the role that they have with the claimant, could you help explain
When you
that?
look at natural catastrophes around the state, and public adjusters play their role, we're very appreciative for them, but many times we've seen through major disasters like Moore, Quapaw, the ones that we mentioned, and all around the United States, is public adjusters, they come in and they help folks settle claims that are difficult claims, which is a great process, but many folks don't understand how they're paid. So one of the things is we're trying to clean up some state law, make it more attractive and more full disclosure for consumers to understand if I've already settled with my insurance company for $100,000 and a public adjuster helps me increase that by $100,000, they should probably be paid on the increase that they get, maybe not on the whole entire amount that you or your family have already negotiated. So a great group of folks in the public adjuster world that we work with, but I think that there's going to be some discussion around that, because we don't want consumers to be taken advantage of at the end of the day.
So last question, you came into office in 2010, didn't face a re-election. What does it mean to you to have support from the people of Oklahoma, have another 4 years, and what do you think the future of Oklahoma looks like?
Well, I think the future of Oklahoma looks very bright, and I've been fortunate enough to be around the state several times, and that's one of the hallmarks of really my administration, is to be engaged with the public. And I think Oklahoma, with the leaders that we have on the horizon, it's such fabulous, good people in different roles, and not everyone is really, there's probably a person out there for each of us, but I think the business climate for the state of Oklahoma is highly attractive for folks that I travel around the country, say Oklahoma really is on the move. But again, to have the trust of the people of Oklahoma in my recent re-election is, I come from pretty humble beginnings. My family's been in the oil business in Oklahoma a long time. My father was a stockbroker, and to be able to serve the people of Oklahoma is something that I'm very, very proud of. I love the state, and I love engaging people, at the local level and at the Capitol.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for your leadership for the state.
You're welcome.
Folks, we'll be right back after this with the final word.